Good afternoon. It is an honor to stand here today with Noa Argamani, a young woman whose courage and resilience embody the strengths of Israel. The world first saw Noa in the darkest of moments, abducted from the Nova Music Festival, pleading for her life. For 246 days, she was held in captivity, isolated, deprived, and used as a pawn by Hamas. She survived unimaginable cruelty, yet she stands here today, not as a victim, but as a survivor. But Noa's freedom is incomplete. Her partner, Avinatan Or, remains in the hands of Hamas, along with 62 other hostages. For them, the nightmare continues. Every day that passes is another day of suffering, another day of uncertainty for their families. Let me be clear, we will not stop. We will not stop speaking their names. We will not stop telling their stories. Israel will never stop our fight to bring all of them back home. Noa's presence here today is not just a testament to her strengths, it is a reminder of our duty. The hostages must come home, and until they do, we will not stop. I would like to thank Noa for her courage in addressing the Security Council today. Thank you, Noa, for coming. Please, Noa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Noa Argamani, and I was kidnapped by Hamas terrorists on October 7 from the Nova Music Festival with my partner, Avinatan Or. I was taken hostage by force into Gaza, where I was in total fear, living in a nightmare. After 8 months in captivity, I was rescued by the Israeli soldiers. Being here with you today is a miracle. But I'm here today to tell, we have no time. As I speak, there is still 63 hostages in the nightmare, including my partner, Avinatan Or. In fact, we believe that there is 24 hostages that are still alive. Many of them sent sight of life through released hostages. Our life cannot go on without them. The deal must go on in full, in completely, in all the stages. My partner, Avinatan Or, and many other hostages will only be released in the second stage of their deal. I told the member of the Security Council this morning, we have no time. More than 500 days later, there are still 63 hostages living in unbearable reality, living in a nightmare, including my partner. Our life cannot go without them. Until all the hostages will be returned home to their families, my heart is still in captivity. I call to the international community not to abandon the hostages. I call for immediate release. Without immediate action of the UN, from the Security Council, of all the international organization and government, we risk and we're losing hostages. More innocent people. I came here today to the UN to say, do not let the darkness win. Our hostages are still in hell. We must do everything to bring all of them home now. Thank you very much.
a quick question. In the council, you said that the Israeli military would continue to act. We will not be deterred. We will eliminate Hamas. So I just want to know, where does that leave phase 2 of the ceasefire deal, which Noah has just appealed to you to implement in full?
Well, I referred about the end game. The end game in Gaza will be without Hamas. That's a given. Now there is negotiations about how to achieve that. We heard similar voices from the U.S. representative, and we are grateful for their words and their support. And I think the negotiators should also understand that we will not accept the end of the conflict when Hamas is still in power in Gaza. So there are other options being discussed. I cannot go into the details, but at the end of the day, Gaza will be freed of Hamas.
So does that mean you will resume fighting at the end of one of the phases?
That's one option. There are other options involved. Such as that Hamas will not stay in Gaza. I want to remind you, in 1982, when we had a war in Lebanon, you saw the PLO boarding a vessel and leaving to Tunisia back then. So there are other ideas being discussed. But the end game will be no Hamas in Gaza.
Rachel.
Ambassador, do you feel that Israel's security concerns were adequately addressed in today's council?
Can you repeat the question?
Do you feel that Israel's security concerns were adequately addressed in today's council session?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have high expectations from the Security Council. The very fact that since October 7th, they were not able to pass a resolution about the hostages, about the atrocities of October 7th, it speaks for itself. But I think it's important, and I want to thank the US, UK, France, and Greece who joined me in my request to discuss the hostages today and the Bibas family. It's very important for us.
Ambassador Stefano Vaccara, Tal Press, La Voce di New York. Just a follow-up on before when you said no Hamas in Gaza, and then there are other solutions. If I remember, in the past, Israel say we will let Hamas people to leave, but not the one that perpetrate the terrorist attack, over the October 7th. Did it change anything, or would you leave everybody to go so for peace, for the release of all hostages, or what you just said? In the past, that you still will not let all the people from Hamas to leave?
Well, most people, I will not go into numbers, but are not with us anymore. If you look at the leadership of Hamas today, starting from Yahya Sinwar, Muhammad Def, other commanders of Hamas, we took care of them, and we took care of many of the animals who invaded Israel on October 7th. We will continue to hunt down those who are responsible, but I will not go into a declaration here. We have negotiations, we have the negotiators, and we will allow them to continue with the talks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.